The story of Noah. Faith and salvation in a broken world. The story of Noah, told in chapters 6 through 9 of the book of Genesis in the Bible, is a powerful account of divine justice, human corruption, unwavering faith, and the promise of a new beginning. In a world that had become extremely wicked and filled with violence, God observed the wickedness that permeated humanity and decided to bring a flood to cleanse the earth. In the midst of this degeneracy, there was a righteous and upright man named Noah. The Bible describes Noah as a man who walked with God. Genesis 6, Nova, highlighting his obedience and righteousness in contrast to the wickedness around him. God, in his justice, chose to spare Noah and his family from imminent destruction. He instructed Noah to build an ark, a gigantic vessel of specific dimensions that would hold Noah, his wife, his 3 sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives, as well as pairs of every living creature of every kind, male and female. Genesis 6:19. Building the ark was a monumental task that, as he worked, he likely faced the scorn and disbelief of his contemporaries, who could not imagine the destruction that was to come. When the ark was completed and all its occupants aboard, all the fountains of the great deep broke up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Genesis 7:11. Rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and the waters rose to cover the highest mountains. Every creature that had the breath of life that was not in the ark perished. Noah, his family, and the animals remained safe inside the ark while the flood ravaged the earth. After many days, the waters began to recede, and the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah sent out a raven and then a dove to check if the land was dry. The second time, the dove returned with a green olive leaf in its beak, a sign that life was being revived. Finally, God instructed Noah to leave the ark. Noah built an altar to the Lord, and offered burnt offerings and thanksgiving for salvation. In response, God made a covenant with Noah and all his descendants, promising never again to destroy all flesh by a flood. The rainbow was given as a visible sign of this everlasting covenant between God and the earth. The story of Noah is rich in meaning and offers several important lessons. God has justice in the face of sin. The flood demonstrates how seriously God takes wickedness and corruption. The importance of faith and obedience. Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord for his righteousness, and faithfully obeyed God's instructions, even when faced with the impossible. Salvation by grace. Noah and his family as a survival was not due to their own merit, but to God's grace and mercy, the promise of a new beginning. After the flood, God offered humanity a new opportunity to multiply and inhabit the earth, marked by a covenant of peace. Noah's story continues to be a source